Okay, it's Saturday, September 29th. I know I haven't posted in a while. Been kind of busy adding a new deck to my house here. So I haven't had much chance to work on the greenhouse. But things are growing. And as usual, there's tons of growth in the greenhouse. So let's go take a look and see. Alright, well, here we have it. You can see tons of growth. I just harvested a bunch of basil. This is mostly all basil, sweet basil, and I have some other types of basil in here. Here's one of my pepper plants. It's going nuts. This is just, you know, really phenomenal. I had my sprouting bed. I never did get to put these out in the rafts outside. This is my nursery bed here. Got some green kale, curlicue, blue-green kale, different types of romaine, some Bibb lettuces. They look like they're getting ready to bolt, but they're really not. It's reduced light because of all the rain we've had. They've kind of grown up tall. The basil, though, is running out my ears, so to speak. I did plant a bunch of tomatoes. I've got cherries and grape tomatoes in here. Big boy beefsteak tomatoes. So I've got quite a few tomato plants. Just now starting to put on blooms. I've got some kale that we purchased recently. Got a lot of Swiss chard in here, green and colored red and what have you. This is my last brood of tilapia. The water temperatures have gotten down into the high 70s. We've got a cold front coming in next week where it's going to get dip down into the 50s, so I'm going to pull the 3,500 gallon pump and shut it down, drain the rafts, and I'm going to put some internal pumps, submersible pumps in these two tanks over here. And then I'm going to put my 500 watt heaters in each tank. Keep fish warm. But as you can see, quite a bit of growth. And that's because of the increased fish population that I have. So we'll move around to the other side here. And I do have some clogging in the gravel here, so in the spring I'm going to have to probably pull this one up and dig it out. But what's really neat, if I can find them here, is red wiggler worms. I put tons of these worms in these beds and they're just thriving. See that? There's tons of them in here. So they do like the fish poop, and they seem to survive in the water. There's one right there. So it does really work. Place these in your beds. It helps mineralize the fish waste. There's some more. There's another one. So it does work, but the beds are starting to clog a little bit, so I'm going to have to probably clean some of these out in the spring before I replant. Most of my mints died off in the summer heat. It got too hot in here. But as you can see, I've got tomatoes in here. Tons of tomatoes on the back side. Of course, I'm going to have to cut some of this basil down. Some of this stuff is 3-4 foot high. Got different different types of Swiss chard. There's some ornamental kale. We actually eat that. I've got that planted in here as well. Mostly greens this time around. I'm hoping that the tomatoes will produce like they did in the winter last year. Off of 2 tomato plants, I got about 50 to 60 pounds of tomatoes. So I'm going to hope that's going to happen this time. We'll see what happens. Last year I had 1 determinate and 1 indeterminate tomato. All of these are mostly indeterminate, viney type tomatoes. So we're going to see. I need to get some cages built, put those in place. So, fish. I don't know if you can see these guys in here or not. Kind of hard to see. I've got some in here that are probably about 2 pounds now. So they've gotten quite a bit bigger. Don't have much light in here today, so they are kind of tough. That one right there is probably about 2 pounds. Fairly good size. It's about 3 times the size of my hand. I got several in here like that. Right now I've probably got about 500 or 600 fish in these tanks. Guys are coming up to a feed. We just fed them probably 15 minutes ago. They turned the water. Got some in here. There's probably a couple hundred in this tank. I can't, without the light I can't see them. In here I've got most of my reds. These guys are really hard to see. You can see them in here, but they're, plus there's some goldfish in here still. And I found that if I take the goldfish and place some in each tank, they do a pretty good job of cleaning all the fish waste up. My tanks don't have a lot of detritus on the bottom of the tank, so kind of hard to see that. I have to go back and take some pictures when there's a little bit better light in here. It's pretty overcast today. We've had a lot of rain, so there we go. There's some of the reds. They're getting pretty big now. Probably about the size of my hand. Probably about a half a pound on some of them. So we're gonna hope that they make it through the winter time. Anyway, haven't done much with the outside. We can go take a look at that real quick. As you can see, the rafts are empty right now. I'm probably going to shut those down. I really don't have any way to heat that with the fish that I have in place. So, but anyway, that's what it looks like for now. Hasn't really changed all that much. I did retrieve probably 10 or 12 fish out of the rafts that got swept up in the rafts a few months back, and they do quite well in there and survive just off the algae and grow, fairly big. So, but not much going on right now other than the massive growth inside the greenhouse. But anyway, until next time, that's it for now.